Hey, just figured I'd make a quick video talking about the Highguard situation while I do whatever the hell I was doing in this game. I don't know. I just old school YouTube sort of stuff. Yeah. So, Highguard. What a mess. Truthfully speaking, though, I mean, like, we just talk about how bullshit this whole situation was. Like, we all saw it coming, right? We all knew how this was going to go. And what we do instead is we turn a blind eye to everything and they're like, yeah, let's just positive vibes only, guys. That's gonna get us places. I hope the game audio is not too loud for this. It's not like I really have a choice. And I'll turn the game audio down a bit just for this. I don't know, I'll turn it down to like 50. Yeah, okay. But just like in general, it's kind of ridiculous that it's the same thing every single time. Where all we do is we keep putting out these games as a service, and then we're sitting here like, well, why did it fail? And it's always the people who are like working on games who don't realize why it failed. Like you have players who are saying this is not what we want. You have a large outcry of this doesn't look good, and then we just keep going with, yeah, it's gonna be fine. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. And then it's not fine. And then it's like everyone's scrambling to blame everyone about it. Like, you can't be releasing games in a market like this and in the state that it's in where it's trying to be too many things. I don't even know where I'm going with this whole thing. I just wanted to put my thoughts into words, and it's too big for a blue sky post, so whatever. Uh, like, you're sitting there trying to come up with a plan for the game, and then it's like, yeah, let's make it Apex Legends. Yeah, let's make it Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah, let's make it a looter shooter. There's so much going on with Highguard. It's not really a surprise that it failed, as sad as that is to say. And this was avoidable too. Just do a closed beta, ask for honest opinions from the player base. But when you rush things and nothing really comes out of it, and then it's just, well, why'd you bother in the first place, right? Especially since there's so many untapped game genres. Like, we have had how many PvP generic shooter game as a service sort of system? Like, it has been over and over again. Every single time that we have something out there, it just ends up being another PvP live service game. And it's mostly because executives are trying to chase the trend and be the next Fortnite, Overwatch. Sure, I guess I'd throw Marvel Rivals in there too because it's still popular. When in reality, what they need to just do is make a good game and enjoy the successes of making a good game. You It seems so simple, but I guess it's not. And I really just don't get it. I've never understood that. It seems like you have a plan, there's an easy way to get. Like, there's an easy way to do game development. Well, no, game development's not easy, but when it comes down to an idea, think about what players are looking for. Right now, for me, that would be a new co-op shooter. I have been playing Payday 2 for 6 years. I would really like one that's not Payday 2, Killing Floor 2, or Vermintide 2. However, uh, the games that have released lately are Payday 3, which failed. It's Dark Tide, which is extremely niche and really just, in a lot of ways, to me, feels like a worse Vermintide. And Killing Floor 3, I haven't heard a thing about. I think it's released, but I couldn't even be certain about it. Which, like, I'll never understand it, though. I will just never understand why people waste so much time trying to do things that, at the end of the day, just are going to fail off of the principle. There's ways to make these games work. And Highguard looks like it would have been fun if it had a higher server count, but 3v3 in that setting, the map's just too big. That map is way too big. And that's kind of the problem. I looked at it, I considered even playing it, and the more I looked at it, it's like, what I'm looking at here is a game where you have a map that is the size of Texas, and most of the time you're not fighting. From what I saw of gameplay, from different live streams, from people who I know who played it, just doesn't look like it'd be interesting, and that's the big thing. Put all of your attention onto one single aspect of the game, instead of trying to do like 4 different gameplay loops, and you'd have a really good game there. But then you have these like small skirmishes going for the, what's the thing called? The shield breaker, helm breaker, whatever it's called. Siege breaker? I think it's siege breaker. And then you have those small skirmishes, you have the whole looting section where you're doing mining, you're trying to get resources up. And then from there, you're going for, after that, you're still having to deal with the fact of, well, then you have to play like Rainbow Six Siege at the end of it. And it's like, what are you trying to be as a game? It feels like nothing. Yet it feels like, I just don't get it. I don't get what the mindset behind Highguard even was. And that's, I feel like, probably the worst part about it. Like, if you can't even tell what the game is supposed to be, that might be a sign that the game isn't good. So yes, I guess I do like Agent Style, because I've been using it more than Dragon, huh? I couldn't tell you what my combos are, but oh well. Anyways, back on the subject. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I really don't know what else to say on the matter. It feels like, I don't want to blame the developers, but at the same time, it's like, it's hard to not think that somebody could have figured out at some point in the process, like, hey, this isn't working. Damn. It's like, it feels like it wasn't even looked at, where no one even considered it. But I've also heard that the gaming industry is usually like, everyone thinks that every game is going to be the next big thing, and if you try to say otherwise, you're the evil person. But I don't know. I feel like if my game was on a crash course for failure, I'd want to be told my game is on a crash course for failure. But that's just me. Like, it can't be worse than this, right? Like, hearing someone you care about say, hey, your game ain't that good, would be better than somebody you, well, not somebody, more like several thousand somebodies saying, hey, your game sucks. Like, I don't know. It feels like there could have been like, this could have all been avoided from the start, and just nobody said anything about it. I mean, another good example is what they've done with the Yakuza franchise lately. Kiwami 3 was a soulless remake, and, like, all I've really seen about it are negative things, and it's like, did nobody say in the process of this, like, hey, this is a bad idea? I suppose not, because, I mean, if not, then we wouldn't all be sitting around talking about it. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, I just feel like if we were to put attention on games that aren't live service, and and I heard talks in a server I'm in about a PvE, fully PvE extracted shooter. And I'm thinking, not only does that sound really fun, but if you did like 12-player co-op, I could get all my friends together and we could have like this big whole party of just playing this game. And it sounds really cool. And I would really dig that. But at the same time, it's like, I know that would never happen because that sounds too good to be true. And like, you'd also have to make sure that the game is difficult enough to provide consistent challenge. Like, this is going to be a pretty unpopular opinion probably, but I liked the difficulty of GTFO. Like, I thought it was very fun. Now, I know a lot of people didn't like the difficulty of GTFO to the point that I heard it affected sales, but then again, I don't know how true that is. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. It is a very brutal game that does expect a lot out of the player. But once you get the hang of it, it becomes a lot easier. But yeah, learning and some balancing on some missions is just, yeah, I could see it. I don't know, it's, there's so many good ideas out there, we keep going back to the same thing. And it's so annoying, because it's like, ah, just make something better. I don't know. I don't know, I just have been looking for games that I want to play with people, and the thing is, so many games right now are games that I just don't want to play, and that's the thing. Like, I know I'm saying like way too much, but I'm also not going to be self-conscious. I told myself I wasn't going to be self-conscious about what I say in videos. Uh, I mean, even with the Yakuza franchise right now, on my Twitch, shameless plug, yes, I was doing a playthrough of Ishin Kiwami. But like, my drive to play Ishin is just dead in the water with how this game series has been handled lately. And it's like, what am I supposed to do about that? Like, it's not that I don't want to play Ishin, it's just that the way things went with RGG was to the point of I just don't even want to make content about it. So while I'm playing it now is beyond me, but I don't even know where I'm going with this. Where am I going with this? Whatever. Yeah, like I said, this is just supposed to be old school YouTube. Talking over a bit of gameplay. No editing, no extra bullshit like that. Just a guy, recording software, and a microphone. And truthfully, I don't know. I feel like that's what I think a lot of this channel is going to end up being. Just a guy, some recording software, and a microphone. Maybe other friends too. I've posted some old gameplay videos that are hours long. But I mean, most of it's just old, old gameplay stuff. Anyways, I don't want to end it with that's about it, because that's not, that's kind of someone else's thing. the same time, I don't really know what else to say. But, yeah, I don't know. I guess that is kind of about all I had to say about it. So I'll just upload this whenever. Someone will see it. Peace.